Looking for somewhere to stay in Amsterdam? I got you. Hotel Pondsteiger is located a little bit out of the city, so it's super quiet, but it's actually really accessible to the main attractions. The rooms here are spacious, perfect for sharing or for solo trips. I just loved how quiet it was here. You can hire bikes for €15 a day. They have a small cafe which you can just work or chill in. It's only 7 minutes from Amsterdam Central, and it's next to the ferry which takes you to NDSM. I highly recommend, and don't forget to follow for more travel tips.
Day 1 in Amsterdam as a 25-year-old black girl traveling with my mama. After our 5-hour nap to regulate to the time again, we headed straight to the food hall, which is a food hall. They had so many options, y'all. We ate. We got fried chicken, bust. The dumplings hit. The scallion pancakes, best things I've had in my life. We had cod nuggets. We had bao buns. It was so good. And don't get me started on their gin and tonics bar. Y'all, they make a fantastic gin and tonic. We then decided to just walk around and go to the park. And y'all, it's 10 p.m. right now. We realized that Amsterdam goes through, I guess, like summer solstice, where there's stupid daylight, so that was so cool to experience. The next day, I woke up and my allergies were beating my ass, but our first stop is the Anne Frank Museum. Now, you cannot record inside of the museum, but it's a really cool experience. Make sure you get your tickets ahead of time. They sell out like crazy. Afterwards, across the street was Pancakes Amsterdam. Amsterdam is known for their pancakes, which are essentially just crepes. This was pretty yummy. And on our way to our next activity, we ran into the Neuter Market, which is a really big farmer's market that has food, a lot of trinkets. We got juice, and I found these really cute purses. I went with the orange one. Our next activity is across the water, so we took the free public ferry, which I think is so freaking cool. You're across the water in like 5 minutes. We're headed to Amsterdam Lookout, which is one of Amsterdam's highest points. I convinced my mom to get on the swing that they have up there, and I was excited, but this was us before, and this is us during, where she is telling me to stop the ride and get her down. So I did, and I finished the ride by myself. I had a good time. The views of Amsterdam from above is super pretty though, and I was so happy we had good weather. Afterwards, we went to Moco Museum, which is one of their modern art museums. This was incredible. They have a collection of really cool artists like Banksy, Andy Warhol, and Yayoi Kusama. And they also had a lot of interactive, cool installations, which I really liked. It was then time to finally eat a late lunch, early dinner. We stopped at this cafe that makes fantastic fresh pasta, and their sandwiches hit. Afterwards, we went home to rest a bit and again watch a beautiful sunset at 10. But because we're super jet lagged, we got hungry again, so we headed to Cannibal Royale, which was so good. I got this like lemon butter chicken. My mom loved her wings and her meal.
So this is me backpacking through Europe as a solo traveler who's also a black woman. I was looking for videos like this before I left, but I decided, like, you know what, they're not keeping it real, so let me do that. So my first stop was Amsterdam to meet my fellow natural strawberry blondes. I ended up staying in a hostel with 4 Frenchmen who were biking from France. Not fantastic, but that's another story. Either way, we were outside. Now, mind you, I didn't even have things to do in Amsterdam, really. My plan was just to go there and gag them. Check and check. Everybody was mad friendly. Literally from the time I left my hostel till I left, there were people offering to show me around the city each day. The food was just alright. Girl, and these pigeons. This little girl just gave me a handful of seeds, and I was freaked out at first, but it was giving Cinderella at the end. Anyway, the real reason I came to Amsterdam was Pride, because they're the only place that does Pride in August, and they do the parade on water, along with other celebrations around the city. And from the second I saw those boats the first time, I said, I need to get on one of those. So I struck up conversation with the person with the coolest hair there, and they said, come on, let's go. Like, the vibes truly were immaculate, and you could jump from boat to boat. And the architecture of the city made that shit go 10 times crazier anyway. Child, they was blasting techno at the castles. The castle. Even as a solo traveler with no plans and knowing nobody in the city, I was out every day until 2 or 3 a.m. Loved it there. Truly, honestly, did not want to leave, but we off to our next city.
Must-try restaurants in Amsterdam where I had literally the best food. First up is the food hall, which is a giant food hall. These are my favorite places. Dim sum thing, get the dumplings and the scallion pancakes, the best I've had in my entire life. Holy Fried Chicken had some great wings, and then go to Mer du Nord for some catfish nuggets and their bao buns, crazy. Renee's Croissants Bakery has so many really good pastries, but what is the star of the show are the churros. We went back twice. Ted's All Day Breakfast is a really nice brunch place, and it was highly, highly recommended to me. I loved their drinks, and they had this really cool cornstarch martini, French toast, but the best part was the fried chicken and donut. Like, It was so freaking good. I truly can't explain it to you. Pasta Pampa Tapas is a really nice lunch place. They make their pasta fresh in-house and they have really yummy sandwiches. If you ever need a late night bite, Cannibal Royale is a nice little dive bar, but they have really good food. The lemon chicken is delicious and the wings and their broccoli was really good too. Amsterdam is really big on fries, so they have a lot of these different kind of fry houses where you can get a basket with some sauce on it. They're also big on pancakes, which are essentially just giant crepes. They have sweet and savory kinds, so make sure you try them. Now, a walk to walk is a great place to go if you're kind of on the go, but you want to get some food. They make your noodles fresh and you can customize it however you'd like. Last but not least, you got to go to Winkle 43 Cafe for their delicious apple pie. It was so yummy and the perfect way to end your day.
Hi guys, this is my third time to Amsterdam, so here are 5 things that you need to do when you come to Amsterdam. Number 1, an open boat river cruise. Number 2, get some food from Albert Market. Number 3, eat properties. Number 4, visit Mokko Museum. Number 5, go to Amsterdam Lookout. Check out my Instagram highlights.
Day 2 in Amsterdam as a 25-year-old Black girl traveling with my mom. I was very excited about the start of our day because I booked us one of the smaller canal boats and it was so beautiful. First off, they're giving us apple pie. We also got some champagne and drinks of our choice. It was such a calming and beautiful, relaxing boat ride throughout the Amsterdam canals. We learned a lot about the history around the city as well. Highly recommend booking with one of these. Then we stopped by House of Fries. Amsterdam's super big on frites or fries, so I had to get a little snack. And we stopped at KFC because we love trying KFC in different countries. It's always better than the US. If you didn't know, this is absolutely legal here, so it's everywhere. Our next activity is biking around the city. Amsterdam is huge on biking, but I cannot lie, I was mad stressed biking throughout the streets with all the cars. So we immediately rode over to Vondel Park, and this was, it was just beautiful. It was a gorgeous day. Everyone was outside sunbathing, enjoying the nature. We walked around and stopped for a bit, just watched these ducks. It was so cute. Unfortunately, I am highly allergic to outside sometimes, so we had to get up out of there. I had crazy reactions. We went to Winkle Cafe and had the best apple pie I've ever had. After we returned our bikes, we stopped by Walk to Walk. It's a really cute takeaway noodle place and they chef up your stuff real fast. It was so freaking good. We then rushed back to catch the train to make it back to our hotel. We needed to just freshen up for the night before coming back out. We ended up having to Uber back to the city, and again, it's 10 p.m. right now, but we went to Amsterdam Ice Bar, and let me just tell you right now, it is not worth the money. If you're on a budget and you're traveling to Amsterdam, don't waste your money on this excursion. I was sitting there why the hell did I pay to be freezing? Okay, you did get 3 drinks though. We couldn't end the day without grabbing some sweets from Renee's Croissants Cafe. These were the best churros I've had in my freaking life. I'll fly back to Amsterdam just for the churros. We then ran into this hotel bar called 27 Amsterdam. And y'all, first off, the vibes are super cute inside, but the drinks ate down. You have to try the bee's knees. It's not pictured here, but as you can see by his craftsmanship, it was amazing. This was such a good freaking day.
After Paris, our next stop was Amsterdam. We took the train. It took about 2.5 hours. It was nice and easy. I had an overall great experience in Amsterdam with the exception of this guy who was recording me and would not stop. So as you can imagine, that was very frustrating. But let's talk about the good stuff. First stop was Lolo. This was an Italian restaurant. The ambiance here was amazing. There were flowers everywhere. There's an area in the back with the bar and where you can see the kitchen and them cooking. So that was a cool experience. The food was great. The bartenders were amazing. And even in the basement, they had this area that's called the Peep Show. And you can take pictures in a photo booth. So my friend and I did that. So that was fun. This is also very close to the red light district. So if you plan to go there, maybe have dinner first at Lolo and then go to the red light district. You can't take pictures there, but you know it's there. The next day we did a canal tour. This was so much fun. This was with Pure Boats. Had an amazing time. They give you wine and pastries and just give you a tour of Amsterdam and a little bit of a history on it. So I would definitely recommend this if you go. From there, we took a walk and just were sightseeing. The buildings and the architecture there is beautiful to me. But we were also on our way to the Anne Frank house because I had tickets there. If you've never been there and you're in Amsterdam, I would highly recommend you go. You cannot take pictures inside, but it's an experience. I read the books when I was younger. I saw the movie, but being there is just a different experience. Then we went to the famous Chun. I got the garlic and shrimp sandwich. I could have eaten this the entire time I was in Amsterdam. Let me repeat that. I could have eaten that the entire time. It was that good.
Tozy was another great restaurant if you can get there early so you can take some pictures. Then we went to Door 74, which was a speakeasy. I love this place. The bartenders were great and the drinks were amazing. Ted's was just okay. We went here for brunch. Now, this was fun. We went to the Lookout, and yes, that is us swinging off of the building. I had such a good experience doing this. It was a little scary, but it was fun. Then we came here for fries. Everybody does mayo on their fries here. I stuck with ketchup. Then I went here and stood in line for the famous waffles. Very good, but sweet. This was the Food Halen. Don't have much great things to say about this, but yeah, that's Amsterdam.
We went to Amsterdam and we tried this viral breakfast sandwich. But first, let's get into the vlog, day 2. Now, I'm usually the navigator and the organizer of the trip, but I let my girl lead because she knows these streets better than I do. So we headed straight to Chun, and as we were parking our bikes, this magical moment happened. And then this magical moment happened.
So Amsterdam, but I got stuck with it in my bike lane.
So as Kezia tried to get out of her bike barricade, I just continued looking at the sights. So we walked over to Chun, and let me tell you now, expect to wait in line if you go here. This is what the menu was saying. I ended up getting a bacon, egg and cheese, and Kezia got the egg salad. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes TikTok can be hit and miss, but this was excellent. Once we finished, I followed my girl towards the ferry because we were going to NDSM, which is such a cool area. Artists are actually encouraged to do some street art here. We headed into this really cool restaurant bar, had some beers and some dessert, and then headed over to see the Anne Frank art. But yeah, I would highly recommend coming down here. We had dinner reservations booked, so we headed back to get ready. The food here was so good, but don't worry, I'm doing a detailed review. We headed to Soho House and ended up joining this party and ended our night here. It was so lit. We had a good time and met some really cool people. And that was the end of day 2.
If you're looking for your sign to take your solo trip, do it. Just do it. Book the ticket and do it. Let me tell you guys about my trip to Amsterdam and London. This is just part 1, you guys, because it was such a long week, but a great week. I really been wanting to go to Europe. It was on my vision board, and honestly, I just told myself I'm going to book the ticket and do it because why not? And what Kanye West say? Champagne on the plane? Correct. Y'all, this is my first time ever eating a meal on a plane, and I felt so bougie, even though it wasn't the most high quality food, but I just felt like that girl. And this is a map of Amsterdam just showing everything, and this is the airport, you guys. So I stayed at a really nice hotel that's close to the airport. When I first got there, my room wasn't ready yet because I got there pretty early, so I had to change in the bathroom. But yeah, I put that shit on though, okay? And this is me taking public transportation everywhere, you guys, because I got finessed when I did a taxi. So definitely take the public transportation. It's cheap and everything isn't that far. And the bus system is actually pretty easy. But this is what I did my first day in Amsterdam. Cannabis is legal there, so if you are a smoker, it's 420 friendly. Those are the nachos I had, and that's seeing a Pomeranian that looks like my dog, so I got excited. But guys, let me know if you want a part 2. This is my hotel room. And yeah, I'll put all the prices and stuff on the next video. And then this is me trying the McDonald's in Europe, y'all. Fire. 10 out of 10. Like, I was basically going to McDonald's every day I was there. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys because it was the closest thing to my hotel. But yeah, let me know if you guys are ready for part 2 because it gets better and better.
Here are some really fun things to do in Amsterdam with prices. First up, you have to do a boat ride through the canals, but I recommend booking with Pure Boats Amsterdam. They give you some pie, you get drinks on board, and personally, I enjoyed having like a smaller personalized group with a really pretty boat. Next is going bike riding. Now, I got really stressed out bike riding in the city center, so we rode over to Vondel Park, which is one of the really big parks near the city center. It is so beautiful. Everyone is enjoying the luscious greenery. Beautiful park. Neuter Market is one of the popular flea markets on Saturday and Mondays. They have a lot of cool vendors. They've got drinks, they've got food, and it's also near a lot of other cool places to go to. Now, something I love about Amsterdam is their ferry is free, and so once you take it across the water, you can head to Amsterdam Lookout. This is their 360 lookout all the way at the top. They also have swings up here, which I had a really good time riding it, and you get beautiful views of the entire Amsterdam city, and they have a really cool VR roller coaster ride. Definitely try that out. Now, one of my favorite parts and activities was going to the MoCA Museum. It's one of their modern art museums, and they have incredible artists featured here, along with really cool interactive installations. Now, the Anne Frank Museum was super informative and educational. You cannot record inside, but I definitely recommend visiting if you're interested in hearing more about the story. Last but not least is Amsterdam Ice Bar. Personally, I wouldn't recommend going unless you have money to blow. If you're on a budget, I don't recommend going here. It just wasn't really my cup of tea, but sure, it's a cool experience.